Hello, welcome back. Welcome to this Strong, Skilled and Bendy. I have got the AC running, so if it's really hard to understand what I'm saying, I'm really sorry, but I can't do workouts at the minute in here without it on because it's just far too hot. So I'd rather get the workout to the people who want it, and maybe the sound's not brilliant, but here we are. This is what we've got. So today we've got lower body focus, but of course if we're using our band, which is completely optional by the way, you do not have to use a band, or a towel, then of course we're going to get some upper body and core involved as well. And we are going to be using different foot positions on the floor, so I'll use a clock face analogy for you to follow, or you can use some sort of markers, maybe some coasters or something popped around the floor just to help you hit these same spots each time. So we'll start with a little bit of easing in, which we don't need the band for. I'm going to pop it on there. So we're going to start off with our squat. So whatever looks like a normal squat for you, just give me some of your most easy squats, because this is easing in. Just getting some nice bending in the knees, the hips, the ankles, feeling what's feeling tight today, which is everything on me. Didn't have the best sleep. Freya was awake a lot, so that might come out in some of the movements I'm doing today. And obviously hands can do whatever feels comfortable. It could be on the hips, it could be crossed over the chest. I just like to keep them here, a bit like if I was to be holding a dumbbell. If you want, you could wave them in the air. Do whatever you want with your hands, basically. Lovely, that's it. And just play around with that stance as well. So there's no correct way to squat. Some people find it nicer to go for a wider stance, like that. And some people like to squat a little bit more narrow. Some people like to turn their feet out a little bit. So you do you. Let's have 3 more. Wonderful. Okay. Next up, we have got our side lunge. So we're just going to alternate sides, whichever leg steps out. Here's my left one first. That leg's going to bend, and I want to feel a nice stretch in this side. And then I'm going to push back to the middle, step the other side. Want that nice stretch here. So both feet for now are just facing straight ahead. And I'm leaning into that leg, getting some nice flexion here, bending the knee, hip and ankle. That's it. So as always, these are our base exercises, and we are going to be adding different variables to them as we go along. Let's have 1 more each side. Perfect, okay. And we have got a deadlift as well. So we're going to be mainly focusing on sorry, I don't know what's wrong with my throat right now. We're going to be focusing on a single leg deadlift in a staggered stance. But for our easing in, we're just going to keep both feet just under the hips, and we're just going to take both hands, and we're just going to reach down towards the toes. And what I want you to feel is a stretch in the hamstring. It doesn't matter what it looks like, if it looks different to mine, as long as you've got that stretch in the hamstrings. It doesn't really matter if you're punching forward or if you're sticking your butt out more. However you get that stretch, I'm just going to go with that. And of course, some people are going to feel that stretch nearer to the floor. Some people are going to feel it more up here, with fingers sort of level with the knees. We're just reaching straight down towards the toes, and just standing nice and tall in between, like that. those hamstrings just to feel a bit more skilled, a bit more mobile, and just producing that nice feeling of a stretch as well. So keep going with that. Let's have another one. And now we're going to take the reach over the left foot. So it's going to require you to twist the body because the feet are going to stay in the same place. Keeping it over the left. Noticing if that feels any different at the hip. That's it. Keep that breathing nice and steady. Lovely. One more, and then we're going to go other side. So we are going to go over the right leg, over the right foot. Again, keeping those feet still and just twisting the body to reach over that right foot. Lovely. See if you can push your butt out in the opposite direction. So as you reach down and forward, my butt's going the opposite way to my hands. Lovely. One more. Nice. Okay. Grab yourselves a little drink. So they're the base exercises. So we are going to add to those as we go through. As always, you are more than welcome to stick with those base versions or stick with anything that we've done in a previous round. Modifications mainly today are just taking that range out and moving in a way that feels good for you. Get yourself set up there. So with that squat, we're going to turn that into a step out squat. So if you were stood in the middle of a clock and you had 3 o'clock here and 9 o'clock here, they're the directions of our steps. Obviously 12 is straight ahead. So we're stepping out. And it's different to the side lunge because instead of one leg staying straight and one bending, as we step, as we land that, we're going to drop into a squat. So both legs are going to be bending and we're sort of popping ourselves down in that space that we've created in that step. So we're going for between 6 and 8 on each side. You're welcome to do more or less, or just take it at a pace that works for you. Whenever you're ready, we're going to keep our chest nice and upright as possible. Here we go. That's it. Both knees, ankles, hips bending, dropping down in between. And just give a nice little push off with that foot. There we go. Might find now that you can get some more range in. Your body's feeling a little bit more ready. One more. Nice, okay. Into that side lunge. So we're going to grab our band or our towel. If you're using a band and a towel, roll it up so that you can get some tension out of it. So we are going to hold our band like so. So I'm taking this in my left, and my left leg is going to be the one that's staying still as my right leg steps out. I'm then going to pick up the slack of the band, but then I'm going to pull it out. So this means that this arm's got to work hard to keep this band near my collarbone, and this arm's got to work hard to pull this straight. And you can just play around with that. You need something that you're going to be able to hold for between 6 and 8 reps. So obviously, the further along the band you are, the less tension that you're going to need to create. But the further up here you are, the harder that's going to be to pull out. So just find somewhere that's good for you. And we're going to hold that position static with the arms as we go through our side lunges. So between 6 and 8 on this side. And trying to keep that arm a bit like holding a bow and arrow, nice and straight. That's it. Play 2 more. Keep that tight. Lovely. Relax the arms. Other side. So this time my right hand is going to be up here, holding that in place, and my left arm is going to be stretching that out. So here we go. 6 to 8. Again, you might find that you've got more range in that side lunge now, or you might not. I don't feel like I have, especially on this side. Perfect, relax it there, relax the arms. So we're going back into that deadlift. Just reading what I've put. Okay, so we're going to that staggered stance now. Like I said, you're welcome to stay with both feet together if that feels good for you. But now you're going to take the right leg just back a bit. And it's not a huge step. My toes of my back foot sort of level with the back of my heel of my front foot. And my feet are still hip width apart. I mean, you can take them wider if that feels better. Or you can have them more narrow, but just as a guide, under the hips is fine. And we're going to take that reach over to the left foot whilst sticking our bottoms out in the opposite direction. Okay? Again, range is going to look different on everybody. I feel a nice stretch just there, so that's going to be fine for me. I'm going to do 8 on one leg and then switch and do 8 on the other side. So my right leg is, this is not my right leg. My right arm is going to reach over my left leg. So here we go. Right arm is going to reach, and I'm going to stick my bum out in the opposite direction. That's it. Other hand can do whatever it wants. It's almost like I'm just cutting across that front foot. 2 more. Wonderful. Swap legs. So right leg is coming forward, left leg is coming back. Left hand is now reaching across the middle of the right foot, and my bum is going to stick out in the opposite direction until I feel that stretch in the hamstrings. 8 reps all together. This arm can do whatever it wants. I'll play 2 more. Nice. Relax it there. Grab yourselves a drink. Okay, back to that squat. So now we're going to introduce some tension with the band in our squat, and we're going to keep it at collarbone height. My arms are making this W shape. So I'm just going to pull out slightly just to make my W more of a big capital W. And that's just going to create some tension across my shoulders, get the upper body involved. And again, that's going to be a static position that we're going to hold whilst we add some variables to our squat. So I'd say all of this is optional. You can just either stick with the upper body part of the squat, or you could just stick with the lower body part. It's completely up to you. Always choose what feels best for you. So we're going to choose 3 foot positions that we're going to step out to. So we had our 3 o'clock. So now we're just going just in front of 3 o'clock, call it 1, 2 o'clock, and just behind 3 o'clock, so around 4 and 5. And what we're going to do is we are going to turn our body to angle off against those numbers. So that's this one and that one. So my feet there are creating a 90, and here they're creating a 90 but with the toe, and then obviously this one is just nice and flat. This foot's going to try really hard to stay exactly where it is. I reckon the most awkward one is going to be that 1, 2 o'clock. So get that band under tension. We're going to go for 3 rounds altogether on this foot and then switch over. So stepping out to the 3, squat, back in. So not the 3, the 1 or 2 o'clock, then the 3 o'clock, and then turn it out to that 4 or 5 o'clock like that. So awkward one. Okay one, step out squat, and then this pivoty one, which also feels much more normal. One more time, get that band nice and tight. Awkward squat, step out squat, pivot squat. Nice, relax. So we're going to do all that again on the other leg. Get that band nice and tight. If you just want to practice those squat positions first, we've got between 8 and 9 o'clock. Again, turning that foot so that it's meeting in a straight line. If you drew a line from each toe, they would meet at a right angle. And then this way, and then this way. So we've got 8, 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and then 6, 7 o'clock. Roughly in those 3 positions. Tension with the band, create that W, 3 rounds, off we go. Awkward, step out, pivot. Ah, lovely, and again. So getting our foot in different positions just means that we're just hitting the hips, knees and ankles slightly differently. All build skin in that squat. Okay, relax it there. That was over really quickly, wasn't it? That was nice. Okay. Same again. Static arm position with our side lunges. And we're going for 3 positions. We're going to do the same 3 rounds on each one. I'm going for exactly the same foot positions. And we're going to do the same. We're going to turn the foot that way, turn the foot out for that one. Got a loose hair on me, it's itching me. Oh. So this is a rundown of the foot positions. Right leg is stepping here. Leg that doesn't move is staying straight here. And then turning the foot out slightly, come into this back one. All right. There are 3 rounds, and then we're going to swap sides, creating a nice bit of tension here. Static arm position. Get the upper body involved. Try to keep that as straight as possible, like a bow and arrow. That's it. Not dropping it down. Springing up with that right leg, keeping that left leg straight, feeling that stretch. Perfect. Relax the arms. We're going to swap sides. Here we go. Trying to get that foot nice and flat on the ground. Last one. Perfect. Relax those arms. Shoulders are a massive distraction on that. It works them really hard. Okay. So we're going to go back to our deadlift. In that staggered stance, right foot behind the left. Right arm's doing the reach in. We're going to go over the left foot, straight down the middle, and then away from the left foot, like this. So again, shifting my hips to accommodate that movement, pushing them away from where I'm reaching. There are 3 reaches, 3 rounds on this foot, 3 rounds on that other foot. Here we go. Straight down, away from that foot again, over the left, straight down, and away. Perfect. Switch legs. This time, left hand is doing the reaching. Same 3 positions, over the right foot, in front and away. Here we go. Again, taking that range out as needed. Noticing how each of those different positions just hits the hamstring slightly differently. You could also load these with a dumbbell if you like them. Lovely, relax it there. Grab yourselves a drink. We have got 1 round remaining. We're adding even more stuff in. Okay, so for those step out squats, we're now going to take that band and press it overhead when we're in the bottom of that squat. So stepping it out, press overhead like this. There we go. So the band is going up as I'm traveling down. So it's more of a fluid motion. I'm not waiting until I'm down there before I press it up. Get yourselves ready. Keep that tension on it. So it's exactly the same as what we did in the last round with the squats, but we're pressing overhead this time instead. All right, here we go. 3 rounds, right leg. Keep that band nice and tight, or that towel nice and tight. Last one. On the right leg, I mean. Still got the left to go. Perfect. Let those arms relax. Other side. Shoulders get probably the most tired in this. They're definitely my body's focus. Here we go. Keep pulling apart. Keep that tension. That is a very awkward squat. That's fine. Last one. Arms are so tired. Just need to have a little 5-second breather, and then I'm back in. Here we go. Last one. Oh, shake it off. So we're going back to our side lunges. And this time we're going to take the band up and away from the straight leg. No, from the bent leg. So when we've dropped into that position, we're going to tip away like that. And notice how that changes the feeling in your straight leg. Getting the core involved in there as well. So when you're ready, 3 rounds on this leg. Take your time with these, so we don't need to rush. Keep that tension, and we're going up with it. Like if I had water in this ear, and I was going to try and pull it out? No, pour it out. Like I was going to pour it out. Be happy in that side lunge before you bring that hand up, and then bounce it back. Getting that nice lateral bend. Whew. Give Give the arms a rest if they need it. Into the next. Probably my favourite one so far. Getting that nice bend through the core. Hits this inner thigh just a little bit differently. Lovely. Relax those arms. Change sides. See how that other leg likes it. Again, you don't have to tip too far if that's not a movement that you're used to, or you can take that tip out and then try it next time. Aiming to get that band from horizontal to vertical in those three positions. Last round, just giving my arms a rest. Here we go. Wonderful, relax it there. Ooh. And back to that deadlift. So we're going to take the foot now into different positions. So before we were reaching different positions with the arm, this time we're going to take the foot into different positions. We're going to use exactly the same three positions that we have for our other exercise, just to keep things simple. And when they go to that reach, it's going to go back over the foot that's not moving. So we're going to step and reach back. We're going to step to the side, reach over, step here, and reaching slightly forward. 3 rounds on each. This hand can do whatever it wants, but we're going 3 positions. Doesn't have to be a big step. It's not like a squat or a side lunge. Just step and reach and back. Step and reach. Shift those hips away from where you're stepping. Push that bum behind you. Lovely. That was 3 rounds. Other side. Same 3 positions. Left hand is reaching towards right foot. Stepping out. Across. And back. Lovely. And again. Little step. Doesn't have to be massive. Getting a good stretch in that one. And that one, to be fair, enjoying that one. Last time. Ooh. Perfect. Okay, we are all done. Well done if you got through all of that. If you've got any questions about any of the exercises, please drop me a comment or send me a message, and I will see you next time. Take care.